All right. Welcome to this Woman Wednesday edition of Liquid Lunch on Biz TV. I'm John Tobacco. We're coming at you live from the Corona Bunker Studios, as I do every single day. Once in a while, we get out there on the road, do some fun stuff, but we're back in business. We're in the Big Apple. It's rotting at the moment, but there is a groundswell of enthusiasm going on in Staten Island. Did speak to the Republican Party chairman of New York State over the weekend. Nick Langworthy was on my radio show Table Talk. Vito Fasella and I take a seat at the table every Sunday morning here in New York on AM 970 The Answer, and we let you pull up a seat at the table. We put stuff out there in people's own words, and we let the viewers and listeners decide. We had Nick Langworthy on. He said that there's so much enthusiasm around the state of New York for Donald Trump and all those candidates down the ballot. And I spoke to the Republican Party chair right here in Staten Island this morning, and he tells me that Democrats thought this early voting thing was going to be a big boom for them. Okay, and it turns out that 60%, 65% Democrat, 35% Republican. The early reports are that the Republican vote is coming out in droves, in numbers like they've never seen before. Let me just break this down for you. Very simple. Okay, let me tell you why Staten Island, it always gets a bum rap, but why it's one of the greatest places on earth. And what you should know about Staten Island should tell you why all these polls are fake. Okay? Here's some simple math. Let's do some simple ding, JT simple math. Okay? There's, just as a composite, there's 140,000 Democrats here. There's 105,000 Republicans here. Okay? So 82% of the Republicans in Staten Island voted for Donald Trump in the 2016 primaries. So out of that 100,000 people, 82,000 voted for Trump. Donald Trump got 57% of the vote in the popular vote against Hillary Clinton. So you can't get to 57% unless you got a whole boatload of Democrats. So 80% of the 40% of voters here in Staten Island is 32%. Trump got to 57%. 24% of Democrats in Staten Island voted for Donald Trump in the general election in 2016. Okay, so this is a place where there's overwhelming Democratic registrations, but Donald Trump won the district overwhelmingly. So there are districts all around this country right now where there's that bunch of Democrats, those Reagan Democrats, that are saying, no, I reject that. And they're going over there. And when they get called on the phone, they don't know if it's the local party or the Gestapo or somebody else. They say, yeah, I'm with Biden. Yeah, I'm with Biden. Okay? So fret not about the polls. Look at the Vanguard poll. Look at the McLaughlin Associates polls. Those are real objective polls. Everything else is skewed. Everything else uses a weighted average where there's more Democrats and they call it likely voters. In any event, Staten Island is a place where people will go across the ticket. And I think there's a lot of places like SI, USA, across the country that these left-wing progressive lunatics are going to get a rude awakening on Tuesday. I'm telling you, they're going to get a rude awakening. And you're going to get a rude awakening when you come back after this. And we have Zen Sams here talking about politically mixed marriages.